tacticians, listen up! It's a new generation, and we got new shenanigans to pull out of our hats. Well, at least my hat. I don't know about the rest of you kiddies. Personally, I don't know if you kiddies like hats as much as I do. But hey, I have a hat. I've got shenanigans I want to pull out, and guess what? We've got some new Pokemon that I'm going to be, talking about competitive, and talking about how we can make these Pokemon really super competitive, what makes them competitive, their viability, and we're gonna give them a little rating at the end of these videos. New video format. Let's figure this stuff out. All right. So, first Pokemon I'm gonna be reviewing is gonna be Barraskewda. Now this fish is the nightmare that is me and a certain tactician whom shall not be named. But this Barraskewda is actually a very, very powerful Pokemon if you were to look at its base stats, which we'll get to later on. Now, what does this Barraskewda offer? Well, first of all, it offers two abilities. The first you don't see on screen is going to be Swift Swim. So let's go look at this. So Swift Swim is not up here, but we all know what Swift Swim does. Is the Pokemon is in the rain, then its speed will increase. It's going to be like double the speed or so. However, what Barraskewda offers is its hidden ability, its Propeller Tail. This means that no matter what the opponent throws at us, such as, say, if they have Rage Powder or Follow Me, trust me, those are still a thing in this game. They're still going to be viable. But Barraskewda will ignore them. So, like, say if the Pokemon has, like, a Shiinotic or something, or I don't know if actually Shiinotic does get it, but if they have a Pokemon that has Follow Me, we all know Follow Me Clefairy. If it goes for the Follow Me, it's a waste of a move because Barraskewda will ignore it. It does not care. It will still head straight for its target. Probably because of that propeller there. That's why it has a propeller tail. Get it? Look at the tail. It's a propeller. Very funny. Now, as you can see, I've got my Barraskewda at it has an adamant nature. It's a very fast Pokemon. It doesn't need any extra speed. I mean, you could go for the extra speed if you want, but I feel that the attack boost from the adamant nature is much more important when you go for Barraskewda. Like I said, we'll go into the stats and so later on. As for the move pool, well, as you can see here, I've got 4 moves here since my Barraskewda is currently a Life Orb Barraskewda. It's not going to be doing any defenses. It doesn't have, much in the way of defensive power. It really is just a glass cannon. But it offers really powerful attacks. First of all, Psychic Fangs. Reason why Psychic Fangs? To help us deal with the fighting types. Help us also get rid of certain barriers, such as Aurora Veil and Light Screen, and as well as Reflect. The Psychic Fangs is there to get rid of them right off the bat. Aquajet, some priority, some priority stab. You can't go wrong with some priority stab. Ice Fang to help us deal with those pesky dragons. Seriously, the dragons are still a thing, and Ice Fang is gonna help us get rid of them if we ever encounter them. Also, good coverage for those, for grass Pokemon as well as and flying types. Very good coverage against the flying and the grass types. Crunch. We all have our problems with psychic types, and Crunch is here to give us some help. That's pretty much it. Those are my coverage, but it does gain some other moves, which we'll get into in 3, 2. All right, here we are. We're back. You can still hear the background music from me sitting in Spike Mount, but here we are. We're on Barraskewda's, we're on Barraskewda's page, and here we are. They still haven't updated Barraskewda, but that is a Barraskewda. Like I said, Barraskewda offers really strong physical attacking power and speed. It doesn't need an extra speed boost when it comes to, like, say, Swift Swim, unless you really want to invest in that speed. But it does offer really good physical attacking power with a 123, very high stat, very, very good sweeping stats. But as for its defenses, little lackluster. So you're gonna have to either give it a Focus Sash, or what I've done is just invest heavily into attacking power, give it a Life Orb, maybe a choice band if you really want to invest in that physical attack power. It does not have the sustain to stay on the field indefinitely. It's going to get in there. It wants to get in there, get hit really hard, hit like a truck, deal as much damage as it can. That is what Barraskewda wants to do, and it's got quite the move pool to work with. Like I said, I showed you it has Aquajet, but we can also go for a throat chop if we want to deal with the sound invested moves, or we can go for crunch. Like I said, crunch just to help us deal with those damage, help us deal the damage. As for TM moves, it does have quite a few options. Now we have the facade there if we want to, you know, risk getting burned, or if we risk getting burned, you know, facade is there to help us out. We have brick break again to help us deal with the, you know, the barriers, but we've already got the psychic fangs to deal with that. We have bounce of all things. I can't believe Barraskewda learns bounce, but you know, it kind of makes sense. We have the ice fang as well. Assurance if we, I don't know why you'd want to run insurance. That's actually a weird move there. But as for TR moves, this is where we get some interesting moves. Like I said, we have the Psychic Fangs, which is what I showed off my, you know, my moves having. Now, if we really want to invest heavily into our physical attacking power, we have the Waterfall and Liquidation for really strong physical water type stab moves. We have Drill Run to help us deal with, you know, electric types, which are going to be a real pain to Barraskewda. Like I said, it doesn't have the, you know, the defenses to withstand a physical attack very well. Close combat if we want to deal with, you know, normal types and rock types. But again, if we're dealing with the rock types, we have like the Liquidation here if we want to, as well as Aquajet. We also have Poison Jab. I don't know why I said Poison Stab. That's a weird. I don't know why I said that. Regardless, Poison Jab here to help us deal with fairies. We have some great coverage with Barraskewda here on this, you know, this fish has some good, this fish has quite a few options at the moment. It has quite a few options. We also have as a full frontal, let's hit our opponent as hard as we can with a strong, powerful physical move, Giga Impact, if we want to run the Giga Impact. You know, people say Giga Impact is a waste of a move, you could do so much better. But hey, look, if there's a threat that you want to get rid of, and you know 100% that your Pokemon is going to die at the end of the turn no matter what you do, and this is in doubles format, so in a doubles format this would actually make a lot more sense, not in a singles format. Don't use Giga Impact on Barraskewda in singles format, people. Please don't do it. Don't listen to me. Okay, don't listen to me. But if it's in a doubles format, by all means, if you really want to go for that heavy-hitting hard move on this Barraskewda, Giga Impact is definitely the way to go. It can and will shut down quite a few threats, provided they aren't Focus Sash. But hey, that's the risk you run when you're in competitive Pokemon, and you run the risk when you use Giga Impact. All right, you're just gonna have to take that risk if you want to use Giga Impact. But like I said, there are better options out there. You have tons and tons of coverage to help cover your weaknesses. Drill Run for your electric types and your rock types. You have a water type stab with Liquidation, as well as priority Aquajet here to counter the rocks and the fire types. You have Crunch to deal with the psychics. Close combat to deal with, you know, the normals and the rocks as well. Poison Jab to deal with the fairies. You have Ice Fang here to deal with the dragons, the grass Pokemon. You have if you have Facade in case you run up against trainers who want to burn you, etc. Like I said, Barraskewda offers a ton and a ton of options. It offers a ton of options. It is really a Pokemon you want to run on your team if you really want that fast sweeping potential, or just a Pokemon that moves very fast, hits very hard. So this has been TK. I hope you all enjoyed the video. You learned a little bit about Pokemon battles. Well, not a little bit about Pokemon battles, but you know how to run a certain Pokemon. I'll see you all in future videos as I learn more and more about these Pokemon and how to run them effectively. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.